Welcome to, welcome back from our short little break last week. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I do want to recognize our two guests. If you could just introduce yourselves really quick and then move on.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm your speaker, Tim Warren Mahoney from the Rotary Club of Cupertino.
And I'm Maggie Padavani, Rotary Club of Cupertino, and I'm happy to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And to kick off our meeting, I asked Brad to do the toast.
You could all join me in a toast, drinking whatever it is that you drink. And have a whole bottle? Are you going to drink a whole bottle? Okay. Just, we are not wimpy in this club, just so you know.
No.
I could see that.
There you go. Marcella, great.
Oh, Marcella.
Anyway, in this time of being thankful, we have one thing to be thankful for: the ability for us to dream dreams that we can't dream without being a part of this organization, and the gift that we are able to give and to receive, and that through the Rotary Foundation. May we all receive, may we all give. Hear, hear.
Here.
Attention.
And I am going to go get a glass of wine.
Sure. Now, while the speaker's gone, let's just all leave.
And they're done that.
Yeah, we've done that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. Well, I must say, this is a different meeting than I'm used to. Rotary. No offense, but no, I mean in a positive way. It's very relaxed, and you could be yourself and not be a stiff Rotarian. Nice. I don't know
Until
how
we
else
get to the
say it,
dancing.
but
Oh,
Yes,
there's more to come.
not over yet.
Not over yet. No.
I have a very short agenda, so it's
Okay.
we're not having a lot happening. So I'm gonna move us on over to announcements, and then we can kind of talk about what we're thinking in terms of service opportunities, especially with the coming year, as things are kind of changing rapidly. So with that, if there's any announcements people have.
When appropriate, I'd love to give a quick update on the mural, but give me a couple minutes before you do that.
Okay, sure.
For those of you who would like to tune in to the Rotary Club of Rossmore and Walnut Creek, myself and RVP committee is the program tomorrow, talking about our Vietnam project and our service opportunity for English conversation tutoring online to the scholarship recipients in Vietnam. And that was at the invitation of former Oakland Sunrise Rotary Club member Steve Elephant, who is now the co-president at Rossmore.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually looking into having, is it Ure?
No, Catherine Lim is going to be co doing it with me, I think. That's what we
I did get an email, and I do want to put it on the program. I know Dan has suggested something like that being our topic for conversations in Oakland, since it is coming out of our club and what the impact.
Yes, and Wynn is the young woman that did contact you. There are several correspondents in our committee, and they divided up the district clubs. And I have to say, the district has been far more responsive. Last year, basically nobody responded to them. And this year, many clubs, we're doing more outreach, more successful outreach in speaking engagements than we ever have, and it's only November.
Oh, very good. Very
Good.
Well, a positive of COVID, maybe.
good.
So Brandy, there's also a district leadership seminar this Saturday, obviously virtually, and it's John Lipp from the Alameda Club, who's written a lot of books on leadership, and they did one of these in person last year, and it was really well received. So you probably got something from Olivia. Everybody got a notice about
Oh
that.
yeah.
Right.
It's well worth attending.
Yes. I think I'm attending both days, but I'll send that info.
Well, I think Hung's having a membership thing
Oh, that's what
this
I'm going
weekend
to.
too. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about that. I don't even have that on my calendar. And I should.
Same day, I think, right, Orin?
You know, this is
Saturday
being
and Sunday.
recorded, Orin, this is
Okay.
being recorded. So for a contribution to the Rotary Foundation, we'll bury this.
It can be deleted.
I'm not the membership chair. I am the foundation chair.
But you were.
Yeah, she's gonna be a governor soon, Orin, don't forget.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Are there any other announcements before I move on to Happy Bucks?
Happy Bucks.
Oh, okay, we can go to Happy Bucks.
A 10-pound turkey for just 4 people means leftovers. So I'm happy,
Awesome.
absolutely.
All right, send that over to Jolene.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you ship those bucks right over here.
And then Lisa, you had one?
I'm not sure if this happened since our last meeting, but my book was a finalist for an International Book Award in true crime.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Wow.
So that's something to celebrate.
Yeah.
And it also was on the top list of most notorious podcasts for October, which I don't follow. So my daughter had to tell me that.
Cool.
congratulations.
Who might not know, Lisa published a book recently. Do you want to talk about it, Lisa?
Sure.
We have-
She happens to.
I have a copy right here.
That'll save me from Googling it, which I just was doing.
It's
Well, if
my-
you do, you'll come up with her multiple books, but this is the
Okay.
latest one.
my 5th history book, and it's getting a lot of traction right now. It's called The Lindbergh Kidnapping Suspect #1, The Man Who Got Away.
So
Yeah.
Lisa, are you aware there's a district book club and
I
with,
was invited to that.
okay,
And at some point, they're gonna want me to do a presentation on it, but
yeah,
they told me when. I went to the first meeting.
good, good.
Well, I
good,
have
good.
started reading,
Yeah.
and so far, so good. Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, happy to have you review it on wherever, Amazon or Goodreads or somewhere.
You got it.
Sounds good.
Maybe.
Anyway, yeah, it's working now on getting the word out and doing Zoom. So one of them will be on the Rotary Book Club.
And you've been doing like book talks, right? Like kind of how
That's what that would be for Rotary, their new book club. But yeah, I've been doing them on other Zoom sessions here and there.
Like a virtual book signing. I mean, that's the way
Well,
you,
that you can't do, but you can actually order, if you order it through Regent Press, you can get a signed copy.
okay.
that's neat.
But you can't do it virtually.
Right, no,
You can't do it on the Kindle.
no.
Speaking of things, Lise, did you get your wine thing?
Yes, I did. It came through my door and I assumed that you were the person who put it there.
Yeah, I was the person who put it there. So
Yeah,
finally,
finally.
a year later.
Well, when we had that live meeting at Ruben's house.
It was our luau.
Ah, yes, our luau.
If I can interject, are we doing anything for a holiday party? Thoughts?
Yeah, so one idea that came up was a gift exchange where we drop things off at Brad's office space, and then we kind of draw numbers and pick up the package later, or the box, and then open it, in a virtual setting.
In a meeting, yeah.
If COVID cases weren't on the rise, I think we could have done something outdoors potentially, but I don't think I think it's a little too risky right now. But we're open to suggestions.
You should set a date and we will all make it happen.
Okay.
Madam
Yeah, just
President.
tell us when to do the exchange.
And you could doodle poll it if you thought that you needed some feedback, or just, do what most presidents do. Just tell us what you're going to do.
Tell us when to be there.
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, let me send that out because I can't believe it's already December 1st.
Agreed.
About this back in October and had a very different idea of what we might be doing. So,
For sure.
but yeah, good question. Yeah, and I guess the idea is we would still track how many times a gift gets stolen and, deliver it to the appropriate person, socially distant, of course. But it also gives us a reason to see each other at a distance. So.
Even at a socially distanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. Okay. Is there anything else? Anyone else with happy bucks, or should we move on to other project updates?
I'll make a happy buck that we're almost at the end of this messed up year.
Right.
Oh dang! I think you're gonna drop an F-bomb in there.
I
I was
know.
tempted to, but
Yeah.
it's beyond even the F-bomb this year.
What a year.
No,
It
it's been
is
crazy.
only
It's been
30
crazy.
days left.
There's a guy on my soccer team who's in his 30s who got diagnosed with thyroid cancer. I mean, it's crazy. Like never ends.
Uh,
Yeah,
Um,
it's just awful.
yeah.
Just awful.
Wow, that's intense. And so, Sue, with regards to doing like English speaking tutoring for
Yeah,
high school Vietnam
it's
students.
very easy. There's a link to sign up with Pacific Links, and they give you a training, and then you schedule it at certain hours. And they like you to commit to, I think it's 25 hours. And I haven't done it myself, but some of our interactors have already started. And because it's conversation, it doesn't require any training at all.
Okay.
It's a lot about pronunciation. You can choose whether you want a beginner or more advanced student. And it's just done virtually just like this. And we're keeping track of the service hours because many of the colleges have dropped their requirement for community service hours now because of COVID. But this is a way that students can accumulate service hours, and we will give them a certificate so they can add it to a college resume. And we're also encouraging them to reach out to Rotarians or other people to sponsor their English conversation service. So if somebody donates $25 for a kid that puts in however many hours, again, we have that matching donor, so it becomes $50 and it just all adds up.
If you can, I don't know if you sent me the link before.
I will give you the link.
So I can include that in our next newsletter, and it's something we can explore further, because I do feel besides that, I know Armando participated in he helped someone through Ashby Village and did some tech work. He like formatted the iPad, I think, or transferred over, set up an iPad. And they recently sent him a face mask, which I thought was really sweet. Like a branded face covering. So I thought that was really sweet. But we haven't really done much more, and I think it's because obviously the projects or the opportunities have been limited, especially for this population. But and then Alameda Food Bank requires like almost 2 shifts versus the typical 1 for their days. So it's pretty difficult trying to figure out what to do as a service project that's still safe. So Ruben, you haven't heard from Dang about the Cleveland Cascade? Is he still doing cleanups?
I have not heard, but I can reach out to him. In fact, let me do that right now.
Yeah. Well, I used to get an email from them every month, and I haven't gotten one in some time. So maybe he's just put it all on hold. So
yeah, I mean, I know when it starts to rain, it ends up not being as big of an issue, or it gets canceled.
Yeah, but I think it has more to do with COVID, because it's, now that I think about it, I haven't heard from him in 6 months. I mean,
I
it's
agree.
been
I
a
used to
while.
get those emails. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to do that. I got an email for Project Glimmer last week to do boxing, to order a box so that we could all box it together, or, socially distant, but it sold out.
Oh.
I had put 2 boxes in my cart. That was going to be 200 gifts. And then I thought, okay, well, maybe I should check and see like what people are interested in doing. And in doing that, it sold out.
Wow.
Yeah.
People are hungry for things to do.
Yeah. So it's probably more ideal for like families that are living, or people that are living together to do it. But I'll keep an eye out in case more come up as an option. Okay, well, that's really all I had for service opportunities right now. Brad, did you want to talk about the mural project?
Sure, just to give you a quick update, and also so that Oren and Marguerite have a good sense. The Rotary clubs of Oakland, Uptown, and Piedmont Montclair have come together to put together a peace mural that will be in, we hope and believe it will be in Jack London Square. We are working with an organization called Dragon School, which does murals, and as the name would imply, teaches those who are aspiring muralists, but they also have a whole stable of extraordinarily talented artists. This started kind of as an organic thing where we just started coming together, and we figured out, that we could do it and self-fund it. But then we needed a place, and we found many walls down in Jack London. We approached the property management company, and the complexity of Jack London Square is that there are 3 masters. There's the Coastal Commission, there's the Port of Oakland, and then there's the landlords that are there. But the woman who is the agent, the key agent in the property management company, was Rotarian of the Year in a district in Florida. And she moved here not that long ago, and when she saw it was a Rotary project, she floated the idea to all 3 owners, all 3 stakeholders, who said, we're really interested, because we know that that will be a non-political statement, and peace is certainly something that we can go with. So we talked to them to see what they'd like to do, and they said, it's possible, depending upon the artwork, that this could actually be a branded piece for Jack London Square, meaning they would only do one artwork. It would be ours. They wouldn't open up any other walls. They would do it by exception. And so this Thursday, we will have a meeting. We now have an artist that we're recommending, and I'm going to share my screen so that at least you have a sense of the artist that will do this. She goes by the name Human. And this is one of her pieces of artwork that she did on buildings that are down not that far from Jack London Square. You can actually see Bart in the background if you can see the screen. She does remarkable work, many of them in Oakland. I don't believe it will be on this scale, but when we asked Jack London for specific sites within the complex, they said, let's not worry about where, let's worry about the artwork, and that will dictate where. So she does many of these other murals, and I think you have seen some of these in some of my earlier reports. But when this woman heard that this was a possibility, she has said, absolutely, I would like to be a part of this. She is one of the most popular muralists that are out there. Human, Hueman, if you were so inclined. I could go and scroll for quite some time on her artwork that she has done. So we are moving forward on the process. I think that this will come together with them bringing some money to the process. The good news is that they are so interested. The bad news is it slows down the process, but we therefore are looking to a spring announcement. And yes, I'm sure Marguerite, what's going through your mind is, how are you going to make this a public statement? And all 3 clubs are keenly aware of it, and so is and in fact, so is Jack London Square. To such an extent further, we've reached out to the Rotary Club in Oakland to be a part of this. And what we are, the theme is peace through unity, taking the, if you will, the diversity of our community and bringing them together for peace. So our objective will be at that party to bring in many of the diverse elements and organizations that represent diversity, equity, and inclusion within the Oakland area to celebrate part of that. So it started off as a pretty simple idea. Wow, wouldn't it be cool to have a mural that shows peace? And now it's starting to evolve. So we're still on track. I'll give you an update when we can take the next step, but the next step will be, here's the artist. Are you okay with this, City of Oakland, Jack London Square? And are you in for some money? And if they give us a thumbs up for that, and we've got some numbers, we'll be off and running.
I have a question, Brad. So this sounds really wonderful. Will you also have the opportunity to brand somewhere down on the bottom of the building or somewhere on it that your Rotary clubs?
Yeah. I missed the best part of telling you about this. Yeah, thank you, actually. Yeah, there's a separate part of it. Yes.
Right in the middle of big wheel.
Well,
that
first
you
of
thought
all,
about.
Well, I mentioned the little corner. I didn't say anything
No,
in
no,
front.
well, the first part is, yes, the mural, as
Okay.
you approach it, will be clearly branded with the Rotary master
Good.
brand.
Good.
However, the one thing I neglected to mention
Yeah.
is that there will be a second part of this mural, which is augmented reality, which
Oh,
means that you'll be able to come up with your phone and see a whole different representation of this artwork. And that will make a much more profound statement of it.
yes.
Further, we're printing up postcard size cards with the artwork on the front that you
Right.
can also use your phone with and see the artwork come alive. But on the back side will be a statement of Rotary's focus on peace. And
Yes.
it will have the identity of the 3 Rotary clubs as
Excellent.
part of it. So yeah, I'm sorry, there's a lot of details, but I'm glad you asked. And yes,
Yeah,
I'm highly conscious of
being
our
the-
brand.
I'm not being the brand police. I'm really not.
Okay,
It's just credit needs to be where credit is due. And that's, I mean, really, that's really a wonderful project you guys are doing. I like it.
Yeah, I was at Pinot Montclair last week and just heard about it. This
Yeah.
is obviously more about it. It sounds great. It's one of those special opportunities that
Very special.
hopefully we can capitalize on.
Yeah, well, so far, it's one of these things that the idea started small and it keeps getting bigger and more to it, as opposed to a big idea that keeps getting whittled down to nothing. So we're
Well,
optimistic.
as you know, every local and international project starts with an individual, with an idea, and
Yeah.
that's how it happens.
Well,
And
you
if
know,
I
you
can
could invite
potentially
them-
make it bigger, Brad, they've opened
Yeah.
up Brooklyn Basin, that area. And there's some old industrial walls that they kept up with
Oh,
metal framing. And so you may, if Jack London works well, maybe expand it out there also.
Great idea. There is conversation about taking this out a little bit further. And as you may know, Seth Butner is particularly focused on that as well.
and getting the mayor involved, the unveiling, and it could be a nice launch, include dignitaries but you're not there yet, but my mind is just, sorry. I tend to get ahead of myself.
Maggie's
Brad.
at the ribbon cutting already.
Where's the cake?
You'll be happy to know, Marguerite, I've already talked to the editor of Rotary Magazine, and when this
Oh,
happens,
good.
they want it. We're already there. In fact, it wasn't just only John, it was his boss.
Oh,
And
good.
He's the one that's absolutely, because she was the one that did the mural that was a part of the convention. If you saw the mural
Oh,
that came alive, that's sort of where one of the ideas for this came from. She was
Good.
the one that pulled that off, and we had a meeting with her, and she's like, this will wind up in the Rotarian when it gets done.
it's now the Rotary Magazine, Brad.
I know.
He said that.
I was the chair of the committee that made the recommendation. Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm aware.
I have a
Thanks.
way of doing that to people. I'm sorry. No, but I love this idea. Very, very nice, really. And if you need my help in any way, Brandy, I'm happy to help. So.
Yeah. I think
Yes, it's
Yes,
Rotary.
Rotary.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks,
yes.
Armando. Go back to sleep.
our goal really is to promote, try to drive membership, to all 3 clubs, by calling out who also Rotaract as well, who participated, and kind of show people, that people are doing things during quarantine, or, during this time. And I think that's just an extra special thing, component to it.
Brandy, I have another question, if I may. what's happening with the Oakland Zoo? Wasn't there something you guys were talking about there?
So Maggie, we have a speaker
Did.
coming up in our club about the Oakland Zoo, so you just have to hold on.
Oh, you do?
No, but we
Oh,
did.
okay.
We did. We already did our thing.
It was a virtual 5K. We had people.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember the amount that we raised, but I think it was a little bit less than 10,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is, they didn't really have high expectations just because it was a new platform that we used.
Yeah.
It was called runsignup.com. And that's how you can host virtual 5Ks, bike rides. And it's basically
Oh,
done on the honor system.
yeah.
The Oakland Zoo is giving away, we had a way to sign up people to make sure we can identify them as Rotarians.
Mhm.
I think we still need to pick out a winner, but they're getting a behind the scenes bison feeding at the Oakland Zoo.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you. But they raise funds through the registration, donations to that site, and t-shirt sales. So
Very good. Very good. What made me think of that song by Simon and Garfunkel? It's all happening at the zoo. I mean, and so I got a little excited about it again. And anyway, but
Yeah,
let's see, things are happening.
yeah.
Your club is in for a treat. Dr. Joel Parrott that does the program is.
Yeah, no,
excellent.
he's the one that we got signed up.
Yeah.
Good, good.
He's a great speaker.
I
Yeah.
look forward to it. Great.
Oh, Lisa, you're gonna have to wear your t-shirt soon then, if you got it.
I'll order one
Right, she
too.
said she got a t-shirt.
Still had it. Yeah. Great.
Yeah,
Yay, there it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Turn it around. There we go.
Yay, great. Rotary.
so Maggie, I don't know if you know, Ed Jellen's a docent there.
Yes. I
Right.
know. Yeah.
Him.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
Yeah.
And our club will probably do a field trip there back when field trips come back in again.
Yeah, I hope they do. I do.
Well, great. Thank you, Brad, for the update. I know now that you're adding more components in the mix, you're forgetting some of the
Details.
person. Bigger and bigger. That's really exciting.
All in the details, Brad.
Rotary Magazine,
Rotary Magazine.
Come on, Armando, there it is. I knew you'd be right there. Thank you. Foam finger, foam finger, foam finger. Oh, there's the dog. There you go. Armando, you look
Hey,
good.
Iris.
Well, changing gears.
Yeah, we should.
I'd like to talk about, or switch over to our speaker because we're going to talk about the Rotary Foundation. November was Foundation Month. I mentioned in our last newsletter, and it kind of bleeds into December as well. Give the gift of Rotary. So for those of you at home missing this on watching this on YouTube, let me introduce you to Orin.